All right, everyone. So this is it. This is the introduction to phase two of Project MTS, which is basically called, effectively the Empower Network. The intro. Yeah, it's very, very creative. So here we go. So first of all, what I like to tell you is what we're going to discuss today is what is the Empower Network. What is it unique? What problems do it? What does it solve? What it can do for you, and basically what I am trying to do with it. The next video is going to get more into jumping right into how the pay system works, so I can just stop beating around the bush, so you have a better understanding of a lot of things that I'm talking about after on that video. But right now I'm going to get into a couple little nuts and bolts. So let me establish some of the problems with network marketing and MLM today. First of all, there's a knowledge gap. In fact, for many of you that I might not have said up front that this is what it is, or affiliate. I said affiliate marketing, which this technically is. The reason why I even use those two terms is because this is something that even I can use in the future that will help me in that endeavor. But probably hearing those words probably had you have a certain reaction. For the most part, might have been negative. And I'm going to establish what those problems are right now and why Empower Network will fix them. So let's jump back into it. Knowledge, a knowledge gap. I've joined now what? People are going to tell you, build a list, talk to your friends, da da da, which I'm not going to say is a bad thing. It does work, but, some people are going to be apprehensive in doing that. Why? That's the next dot, credibility. Who are you to teach them? Like, a lot of people think you have to be successful first in order to you start telling other people. But then it's kind of did the egg or the chicken come first? Were you successful and you start teaching people, or did you teach people start being successful? And that's a big push and pull that a lot of people have. I've had that. And a lot of sponsors don't know how to teach through that or give people the power to push past that. And then what happens is there's no cash flow because you don't get started. So you don't get started. There's no money. There's no money equals, you heard Charlie Sheen say winning. Well, quitting, yeah, that's going to happen. And that's why attrition rates are so high within these two industries. The next thing is going to be high risk before you really get going. What that means is even if you want to say a franchise costs $250,000, there's a lot of people, it's a lot very popular to say to people to justify somebody paying $500, $400, $300, kind of a little marketing technique that's not effectively used. At the end of the day, what a lot of sponsors don't understand is somebody in their realm, they can't comprehend $250,000, not because they can't comprehend the number, but because in their reality that they've never had it in their pocket. If you don't think in those terms, then that means nothing to you to say something could cost this, because you would never have that anyway. It's almost as if we live in a 3D world and you're trying to tell cartoons to comprehend the 3D world. They can't, because they can only comprehend up, down, left, right, not 3D, directions. So basically saying that is very ineffective because you're not really mentally really reaching somebody. This is not to say that people are not smart enough to comprehend 250, but let's be honest. If you never had $250,000 in your if you never even owned a home worth that much, how are you going to really, how is that number really going to mean anything to you? So that doesn't work. So at the end of the day, if somebody's paying $500, $150, or $300, or not $300 or $400 a month, if they're not making any money and they're not seeing a path to when they're going to make money, I'm talking about a path to like they're actually on that path, closing that gap, then they're going to quit. I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, anybody is with common sense is not going to keep on throwing money if they don't see any kind of return or they don't see any kind of logic of why they're not getting the return. And the last thing is going to be learning curve. The network marketing and MLM and internet marketing industry in general is very hyped up. The true information, real work that it takes to really succeed is not often given. It's bits and pieces, and that's not a plot to keep giving you money. It's just the reality. Everybody are at different places when they come into this thing. Therefore, products are designed to address those places. That's why nowadays they don't guarantee you can make money because they don't know where you're at in the knowledge. If I buy a program, I'm in a different place than you are because I've been doing this so long, and that's just the reality of the situation. So these are the basic problems. So why nobody goes anywhere when network marketing or internet marketing in general today. So how does Empower Network come into play with that and becomes a solution? So first of all, the Empower Network is designed, but with the idea to exactly what it says. Empower and use a network of people in order to do that. Now that sounds cheesy. It sounds like any other MLM or NM kind of ploy. But once you understand what it does and what are the things that make it unique, you will become to believe that. Trust me. So the first way that empowers you is providing you with a low risk, high reward system. So what is that really? A low risk. Well, I'll go into a little bit of detail to how it works. Empower Network has 4 programs. It has a blogging system, which helps you learn how to do a blog. An inner circle system, which teaches you a lot of valuable information. Kind of an all-inclusive training program about internet marketing. And an intensive, serious boot camp. This is very high value as well. Talking about the blogging system, let's talk about the low risk part of it. Well, the blogging system costs $25, and to become an affiliate is another $20. So 20 plus 25 is $45. That's a lot less expensive than talking about $150 or $200 a month. So anybody could naturally, think in their world, $45 a month, I could pay that, and I could see myself doing something that will allow me to make money with that. But Empower Network actually goes a step further. What they do is if you refer your first person, you actually get paid that $25. So initially, that initial $25 investment, you've already recouped. Now, what about the $20? Well, this is an affiliate fee. This is a maintenance fee. So you refer your next 2 people, you've actually recouped that money too. So at that point, and the only reason why it's 2 is because your next one will go up to your sponsor. So on your 3rd referral, you're at this point making $5. And that's just by getting somebody else to pay $25 or $45 a month. Now that's just talking about the pay structure. And actually, I bring people in only at the $145 level, which is $100 to $25. So they come in at the Inner Circle program. They come in with the blogging system and then the $20 fee. And then that way, that leads to the second thing, which is an easy path to $1,000. With the $125 system, the way that it works is you bring in 10 people, and you actually get $1,000, just like that. And not only that, if you teach people, each person, your first and your third, you teach them how to in like your 5th and then your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and going in a pay program, you'll understand that later. If you teach those people how to bring in just 6 people and you help them, you actually will get $375 for each of those people. So even if you don't want to bring in 10 people, so you don't think this is a situation where you have to constantly be talking to people and stuff like that, if you talk to a good 5 people and you just work on helping them, you can easily get to $1,000 just by helping 3 of those people get to 6 people, which you're helping them make $250 profit. The next thing is going to be my training online. I've put together a group of sites that will teach you about network marketing, will teach you about how to, position yourself in front of people, even if you have no credibility, how to build value with people, how to take certain training assets, such as even bringing one person in to show you made money, and how to get that credibility off the gate. How to use your sponsored success as well as your team success, and like a collective knowledge and success for what I like to call the mastermind method, and how to use all these things in order to help you even before you've gotten started. Let's backtrack a little bit. Remember when I just said that you can help 2 or 3 people get to 6 people, and you do that, you make $375 per person you do that with. Well, see, your sponsor has that same kind of incentive. And if your sponsor does that for you, they're going to use the fact that they've made money, and they're going to help help you close the initial people. So by the time you start to close people yourself, you've already made at least a couple of sales. So what that means is you have the credibility. What that means is with the credibility, then people are not questioning you. You do not have to be at $1,000 to talk to people that trust you. If they trust you and you're saying you brought in $200-$300, they're gonna join. A lot of credibility questions are not gonna be there because you're showing them proof payments. So this is basically an initial kind of intro to this whole thing. I have not touched on hardly anything. What's going to happen, guys, is we're going to go to the next video, like I said before, and it's going to give you a brief thing in the pay system. And once you've seen that and you decide to join it, if not, that's fine too. You're going to actually talk to the person who refers you to these videos if you haven't already joined. And you want to go through their training program before you come back to mine, because that's going to kind of school you on what Empower all about it, what it is. It'll introduce you to David Wood, David Sharp. It'll actually introduce you to my sponsor, very lovely lady, and we'll get to that later. And then my videos on this site that you're viewing this most likely are specifically designed to teach you how to approach, or to teach you the now what. Empower Network is kind of give you background information on what their stuff is. I'm designed to teach you actually to walk you through to that $1,000 system. Okay? All right, so I look forward to dealing with you, and thanks so much for watching.